Welcome to the Best of British Business campaign. I'm Rachel Hicks. Outdoor leisure businesses face increasing pressure to modernise as fragmented systems hinder operations and limit visibility. Outdated tools lead to duplication, manual work, and inconsistent customer experiences that stifle growth. Operators seek clarity, efficiency, and confidence in their digital infrastructure as they scale. A connected enterprise-grade platform has become essential to meet these demands. Elite Dynamics and CEO Jermaine Campbell explore how Microsoft-powered sector-specific software is transforming parks and marinas worldwide. Jermaine, what operational challenges do marinas and holiday parks face by relying on outdated or disconnected systems?
Okay. Historically, marinas and holiday parks were a family-run business, lifestyle business. More recently, a lot of external investment, private equity, fund managers come in to manage and own these parks. They demand more structure, they demand more compliance, they demand more reporting, all of which means that systems need to be fully integrated to be able to do the month-end reporting. I also think there's a challenge, a demand being pulled from customers, as customers are becoming younger, who digital savvy, they have an expectation that their digital requirements will be met. And I think with multiple systems, that just makes it a lot more difficult than if you had a single platform where you don't have to do data reconciliation, you don't have to enter data into multiple systems. So I think the challenge for holiday park operators and marinas at the moment in time is both a push and a pull from the two vested interested parties, one being the fund and two being the customers that they serve.
So if you've got those integrated systems that you talk about, how does that digital transformation unlock productivity and profitability for operators?
Yeah, I think digital transformation supports operational efficiency and profitability on multiple levels. You can only charge so much from a revenue perspective. So the cost per transaction, which is the bits of work that you need to do after the revenue or to service that revenue, becomes a more important variable when trying to reduce cost and increase profitability. I also think digital transformation really is a data management exercise. And if you can manage your data successfully and have a single version of the truth, be able to identify your customer, notify your customer, typically around their behaviours and their buying patterns, it allows you to target them with marketing activity, the right communication at the right time to unlock the revenue potential.
So we're beginning to hear from this successful data-driven organisations what advantages that Microsoft 365 Foundation could offer compared to traditional sector-specific systems. But tell me a little bit more about what the advantage is.
Yeah, I think historically marina and holiday park operators focused on 1, 2 or maybe 3 revenue streams, the core revenue streams. I think as they recognise and realise that they're not necessarily competing for the revenue against one of their direct competitors, people can choose to go on holiday abroad or they can choose to go into a hotel. And I think what the Microsoft ecosystems allows a park or marina operator to do is level the playing field in terms of turning a holiday park into a resort or turning a marina into a resort. And for that, you're typically managing multiple revenue streams across multiple locations. What a Microsoft Dynamics 365 ecosystems allows you to do is have one platform to manage the entire business from CRM and marketing at the front end into sales and operation with the integrated embedded financial ledgers. What we do as an organisation is we take that Microsoft Dynamics ecosystem and then build out functionality that supports the business process of a marina or a park operator, giving you a single version of the truth on a scalable platform that is both multi-language, multi-currency and available on a global point.
So you've talked about how you take the unifying nature of Microsoft 365 and you bring so many processes together. If we just look in a little bit more detail, how do you do that across things like bookings, CRM, customer engagement?
Yeah, I've got a fantastic team. I think that's the easiest way for me to answer that. I've got a fantastic team who are born from the industry. I think we have around 300 plus years of Microsoft experience as well as 300 plus years of industry experience. We speak to our customers. I've got a very, very strong development team and we work within the Microsoft ecosystem and we look to leverage all technology from within Microsoft. So whether that's Power BI, whether that's AI for CRM, for finance solutions, to create a unified platform that's designed specifically for the industries that we serve.
You touched on AI there. What role does AI play in your business model?
We'd like to class ourselves as an AI first organisation, and generally it's more of a mindset and a belief rather than a hard and fast solution. We challenge ourselves to ask the question, can we build workflows, can we find use cases where AI will provide significant advantage? Typically, AI solutions focus on efficiency. So whether it's creative SEO or creative design, or it's querying and searching for data is one thing. We try to go a level above. So we look at where does AI or where can AI generate revenue? So we've built some AI use cases that leveraging Microsoft Copilot, whereby we can look at the data across the single platform, identify customers who have identified their buying pattern and match that with availability, whether that's available stock in inventory or whether that's available accommodation. And we can utilise AI to automate the communication and the journey out to the customers with a one-click accept and buy.
So I can hear how AI can simplify and promote the business. But what kind of ROI can operators expect when they stream their operations in line with a connected platform?
Yeah, I think the ROI comes from many variables. One, there's a reduction in transaction costs, which I mentioned before. We also have the ability to move team members around from one location to another because you've standardised the business processes across the unified platform. I think in terms of numbers, it's very difficult to pin the number down, but we do have two use cases. One, we did an AI workshop and a case study with a single marina in the US, and their savings in the first year was anywhere between $140,000 and $180,000. We also had a customer in Wales many years ago, and in the first year they managed to strip £150,000 worth of cost out of the business. That cost wasn't calculated based on removing employees from the business. They just moved the employees into more customer-facing roles. So it can be a sizable and significant return on investment if you streamline your platform and utilise the technology that's out there.
So if you've got that streamlined platform, if you are utilising the technology, how is Elite Dynamics supporting global expansion across the UK, North America, the Middle East and Australasia?
Yeah, we've got a very clear strategy. So we're executing a strategy in the UK, and we have been for 10 years since we've been in existence, based on holiday parks and marinas. More recently, we've adopted a reseller channel, a reseller program, where we've successfully onboarded an organisation in North America who've got offices in Toronto and offices in Vegas from a reseller perspective. So that gives the North American customers the added advantage of having the platform that's designed for them by Elite Dynamics, but being supported by a local partner. We have the same arrangement over with an organisation in Singapore, and we're actively seeking similar organisations in Europe, Middle East and Australasia.
So you're clearly aiming for global dominance.
Indeed.
And more customers, I hope. What makes Elite Dynamics the technology partner that can be trusted by operators in the long term? Yeah,
I think trust is like a red thread that goes throughout the whole of the organisation. You know, the industries that we focus on are very niche industries and very, if I can use the term, incestuous. You know, they know each other. We act as a conduit, really, or a capillary between Microsoft and the art of what is possible, and then we articulate that and communicate that to the industries that we serve. Say, this is what is coming down the line, and it's not all about what we provide as an organisation with our intellectual property. We're educating the industry based on Microsoft standard solutions such as Teams, Outlook, Planner, SharePoint and so on. But what we do as an organisation is we embed ourselves in the industries that we serve. So we work with manufacturers to the marinas and the park operators, but we also work with the industry bodies as well to help them with their digital journey, which in turn will help their customers with their digital journey.
That was Jermaine Campbell from Elite Dynamics.